action.
Yes.
Welcome to
We are so ready.
the readiest.
The most ready. Welcome to the Wife Life Balance podcast. My name is Ashley.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're the Boyles. If you're listening to our podcast, it's because you want to talk about more than just the surface things. Maybe you want to talk about the hard stuff, the good stuff, the in-between stuff, and things you didn't even know you wanted to talk about.
Our purpose of this podcast is simple. Dive into all of the things that light up our souls as we continue to morph into our best selves without ignoring the things that attempt to tear us down along the way of that journey.
We will talk about how to balance all of life's victories, challenges, what it means to lose yourself, and the beautiful journey of finding yourself again.
And if you're here, maybe you spent too much time trying to fit your square peg of a life into a circle hole of society. And we're here to stand together to fit ourselves into whatever damn shape we want to put ourselves into. This is a safe space. Now let's talk real talk. Whew!
Jeez. Good thing that is over.
So apparently there's this thing called you have to make an intro to a podcast.
Who made that rule up?
Maybe this is us trying to
Fit our square pegs into circle holes and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not for it.
Okay, so the next podcast we will not have an intro.
And if we do, it's just going to be on the fly from the heart.
I'll be like, what's up? Happy Tuesday.
That's right.
Today's Monday. But you know what I mean, because tomorrow we're going to come back for more. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's what this is all about. It's like
Totally.
continuing to try to be other people, do what other people are doing because you think that that's going to make your life fulfilled. And
Right. Or successful. And you told me I had to rehearse the intro. So,
that's what Google told me to do.
well, come on, Google. Be better. I thought Google was better than that.
All right, it's not Google. It's some girl I saw on YouTube.
Okay, girl on YouTube. I don't care. Come on.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. So this is the point of all of this. I know that sounds like a corny little way of I don't know, trying to explain what we're trying to do here, but if you could, this is so funny. We were literally trying, okay, the conversation we just had was we need to sell ourselves in 15 seconds so that people will listen to our podcast. But my whole life, the half of my life was spent probably not living by my authentic self.
That's right.
And here I am Googling how to start a podcast. And the purpose of this damn podcast is to not live your life like other fucking people. Sorry, I'm swearing already. Welcome to our podcast. This is Wife Life Balance. That should be the intro.
Ooh.
That's it. There's the intro.
I don't know. We can't redo it now, can we?
No, but this is just going to be a continuation of the intro. Hi, I'm Bethany.
I'm Ashley. Hey, I mean, I think minus Google and the girl who told us what to do, we're going to be okay.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to continue on to that, really, we are here to just be in a space where we can just be us. And we have lived so long, too long, trying to be somebody that we weren't. We weren't living to our core. We weren't living to our true authentic selves. And it's really hard to come back from that. And there's a lot of therapy in that. And there's a lot of anxiety in that. Because it's really scary to realize that you've been living for so long. At least for me, you've kind of stood strong yourself a little.
I'm just over here smiling and nodding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but there's certain parts about what you're saying that hold true for me too. I mean, trying to convince yourself of happiness when that wasn't really, true happiness. And life is complicated and life gets messy. And throughout all of the, experiences we have and the people we meet and trying to meet other expectations aside from yourself and like what truly makes you you, that's where it gets really, even more confusing than it can and should be, because we are literally trying to, like you said in the rehearsed intro, fit into society's norms and things.
Mm-hmm.
And, society's norms don't look like the same for everybody, or if they look the same for anyone, it's probably a few select people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the rest of us are just trying to essentially fit in with the rest of that crowd, if you will. So, I mean, here we are just trying to talk about what makes you who you are, what makes you happy, and, the best way that we can get ourselves there as individuals and as humans and as our relationship to the world, whether that's with another human or, the family that you already have or the friends that have become your family. And although it sounds really simple, it can be really complicated, and vice versa. So
super complicated.
Yeah.
And be a support for each other while we do that. Because if you're like, man, you're right. I have felt like I don't fit in. Not even fit in. I feel like fit in is a very like cliquey, high schooly thing, right? Like I don't fit in with these people. But still, if you feel like no matter what you do, you still feel like I just don't feel right in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And honestly, you could be surrounded by the people that you are supposed to be with, or the family that loves you, and you don't understand why you don't feel, I don't even know the word. You
just don't feel like you.
You don't feel like you. And that is what it is. It's
right.
Because no matter who you surround yourself with, how incredible they can be, it's because you're not you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get all of what you're supposed to get out of that relationship because you're not you.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw something where it was like, what was it? 10 years old is when you, up until you're 10 years old, you're like actually your authentic self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because at 10 years old is when society starts to morph you into what you think you should be. So when you think back to when you were when you were 10 years old and you saw something on social media lately,
I saw a great meme the other day, and it said, be that kid who wears the Batman shirt to school and doesn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
Right? Be that confident 4-year-old Batman t-shirt.
I'm wearing my Batman t-shirt today.
Yeah.
And I am invincible. I don't care what any of you think about me.
Totally.
I am me.
Totally.
Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, it's so true.
The confidence of a 4-year-old wearing a Batman t-shirt.
Right. I want to wear a Batman t-shirt to work tomorrow because...
You should wear a Batman work to... Yeah.
If I had one, I would.
I actually do. It's in the Halloween bin downstairs. I'll get it for you.
We might have to go.
Do it.
Grab that out. But it has to match my scrub pants.
You have yellow ones.
Then I'm in for it. Yes.
It's going to look badass.
Okay. It is almost Halloween. Okay.
You always tell me to pick out your scrubs too. And I usually say no because you want to change
Lord.
it up. But now that I know that you want a theme, you're wearing a Batman shirt. It may or may not come with a cape that Velcro's on with your yellow scrub
All right.
pants.
Game on. Let's do it.
No, but really at the end of the day, it really does come down to at one point in your life, you start to morph. And especially when it comes to, really not... when it comes to being a queer child, really,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Not only are you trying to fit in with society, but now you feel like super removed from the way that society is telling you to be.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, even right now, down to gender reveal parties,
mm-hmm.
and the pink is the girl and the blue is the boy, and all of these things, and that's just the kind of world we've been raised in, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
how it is. And how exciting for parents to be able to figure out the gender of their baby and then reveal it to their loved ones and the world on social media. And then that baby comes into this world, and maybe that is who they are, and maybe that's not who they are.
Right.
But it starts from birth, right? And even before then.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be, of course, really challenging for a lot of people.
And listen, I have assisted in my fair share of gender reveal parties. My sisters had them and they were freaking great. And I love that. I loved being a part of that. But it is so funny to like take a step back. I'm going to say funny for the lack of a better term, to take a step back before the days of gender reveal parties and myself as a kid. And I was super confused. And my neighbor down the street was also confused, who is a now a gay man, and he had the steel badass bike and I had a pink one with whatever it was, and we wanted to trade each other, but we couldn't. Like, that was his bike and mine was pink, and it's so funny to look back now and be like, damn right, we wanted to trade our bikes. He wanted the pink one and I wanted the badass steel one. Like, but we didn't fit into that. If, I would have been the pink burst of cloud smoke that people do, and he would have been the blue, and that meant trucks, and mine meant bows. And, I was the kid who I wanted my hair short and I didn't want to wear a shirt, and I hid my swimsuits and told my mom I didn't know where it was so that I could wear my brother's. It was all of those things of like, I so didn't want to be the circle that went into the circle peg, the circle peg that went into the circle hole. You know what I'm saying? Like the little kid thing, because and I fought, and I looked like a little boy, and it was just, that is so challenging. And so when you talk about you start to conform to society when you're 10. I lived my life like, I'm not going to wear a shirt, and I'm probably talking really loud. I have no idea what I sound like right now, but like, Mom, I don't want to grow my hair out. I want you to cut it short, and I don't want to wear a shirt, and I want to wear John's swim trunks. And people are looking out the door saying, who's that little boy? Oh, that's Bethany who lives down the street. And it's like, I was 10. I'll call it 10 because that's what Google says, right? Google again. Shout out to Google. And then I was like, oh, I have to straighten my hair because that makes me sexy, and that makes the boys want me, and all of these things. And it's so crazy. And how would my life be if there wasn't that point of society's norms? I'm not saying I would want to be a boy, but I had to choose this path or that path.
Right.
And my gender reveal party was pink, so I went that path.
Right. Did you really have a gender reveal party?
No, they didn't have it then.
I was just asking. You seem so confident in saying that.
It's a metaphor, babe.
Okay. All right. There was no pink at Bethany's non-gender reveal party. But still, so maybe.
No, because I had my brother's hand-me-downs.
Right.
So there definitely wasn't pink.
Right. And even before you were born, there was no pink. And then you were shirtless, riding a steel bike down the street, living your best life. And then boom, it's your 10th birthday. And you're like, well, I need a straightener and some makeup and a skirt to work it. I don't know.
Definitely didn't wear a skirt. But
well.
but seriously.
Yeah. But
I almost need to link some old school pictures of like what I tried to be. And like, my sisters would like dress me up, and my friends would dress me up and whatever. But no, it just wasn't in, but so the difference between, this is what I think is so interesting, is that you and I we're a married couple now at this point, right? You have been through and through Gold Star lesbian. If you don't know what Gold Star is, do you want to explain what that is?
Maybe you should Google it. But Gold Star lesbian. Sure. Gold Star lesbian means that you've only been with women your whole life. And that's something I'm super proud of.
But you fit society-wise. I fit into
a gender norm. If you look at me walking down the street, of course, I have straight hair and I wear makeup and high heels. And so for me, I get hit on a lot by men because they think I'm straight and they think that I would be attracted to whatever they have to offer me. Joke's on them. It's not true. I can't, lie and say I haven't taken a drink from one of them when I was like 21 years old at the bar. But beyond that, that's about as far as that went. But yeah, so fitting into the norms of society, sure, from someone's eye across the room, I look like a straight female. And I've never attracted women in my life. When I was in my dating stages, I had to have like my wingman girlfriends go and tell another girl that I thought she was cute, because that person never would have thought, oh, Ashley's gay and I can go talk to her. Like that was just not a thing. They always thought that I was a straight friend going to the gay bars with my gay friends just to be supportive, which was not the case. But yeah, it's interesting. I feel like now more so in these days of just, being married to you and obviously owning that and talking about you to a fault, people are like, oh yeah, no, totally gay, totally taken, not even a question. I better keep
Totally
it
in
moving.
love.
They know they're barking up the wrong tree for sure.
Totally.
But
It's
yeah,
actually comical now, yeah.
totally comical.
But I mean, it's just so interesting to me. Like, my sister still has you in her phone as Ashley with the bows, because you're a cheerleader.
That's
and
right.
you did all of the socio normal what a girl would do, and I am totally opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
I race motocross, and I, we're more comfortable in boys' clothes and all of that stuff. And I don't know, it's just so interesting. So when we go, coming full circle on how we started this podcast, episode number 1, and the point of this is to not have to fit into those norms.
Mm-hmm.
But I started it off by Googling what other people do when they start a podcast. I hate myself for that.
Funny.
I do.
No,
I don't hate myself. Mirror talk. Bethany, I love you so much. You're so
Yeah.
great. You're so
I
empowering.
feel like
You're so
it's
beautiful.
a learning curve, right? And we're all in this journey of life to learn things. And, ultimately we're just here to, create that safe space and to have those conversations where we're sending a message that if you're feeling some sort of way, you're probably not alone, right? And because there's so many things beyond initially what we're talking about in this episode that are probably going to resonate with you, and talk about what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you you, and what your challenges are. And I think that us being a voice and resources and just people to talk to about it, I'm hopeful that people can find some comfort in that and know that they're not alone.
Yeah, I totally agree. I know it's a lonely place to not know where you fit in, but know that if you're listening today, or not even today, I mean, today you're not going to listen to it because I'm not going to post this for a few days, but
and if you know my wife, it'll be more than a few days because she'll
perfectionist.
take her
Problem.
sweet time on
I'm sorry.
editing this. Yeah,
You love me anyways.
always.
No, but really, like, this is a space where we hear you. We understand that the world has this depiction of what you should, quote unquote, should be or look like or talk or all of this. And this is a space where we're just like still at, early 30s, still trying to figure that out. Me personally, I feel like you got yourself down, babe.
Yes and no, but I feel like it's a forever journey for a lot of humans.
Yeah, totally.
And even when you think you have it figured out, there's still something new to learn.
It's almost like the challenge that we should have is, how I said, like, before you're 10, you're just living life like, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the challenge is to live your life as if you are 9 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah.
And you just don't care. Like, you just don't care. You will wear whatever the hell you want. Your mom lets you dress whatever you want, and you look ridiculous, but you are owning it.
That's right. And
You
you're
tell me-
confident.
Yeah, you tell me that every day. Babe, you are so sexy when you just own it.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of times that I just own it is very slim to none, right?
Sure.
But if I was 9, I'd
Yeah.
fucking own it every day.
You would own it. You'd be so confident. So maybe the homework is be a 9-year-old.
Be a 9-year-old this week.
Yeah.
Let's
And
all be
just-
9
and
together.
Just own it and wear what you want to wear and just don't overthink anything. Try to. And I don't know. See how that makes you feel. It's so interesting. I'm going to wear my Batman scrubs tomorrow.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy for me too.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
I love you all. I hope you all have a great week.
Yay.
Be
Cheers.
9.
Be 9.
We'll see you next time.